Good morning. This is Ethan, just 5 months old, and your mummy, that's right, your mummy tells me that I don't take enough video.
Ethan was born May 2011. He was born healthy. Within a few days, we realized he was one of those babies who would always be laughing. Unbelievable at the time, but we found him at 3 days old laughing in his bassinet. As Ethan grew up, we realized he had such a joy for life and was a very resilient child. He loved to hang out with his sister, made friends everywhere he went, loved school, and excelled at mixed martial arts and had a true love for playing hockey. One of my friends said he was like a little Buddha, always enlightened and happy.
Say, can I have veggies?
Can I have veggies?
No, you can't because you don't feel well.
I don't like veggies, yes! Commercial. Now, if you want to be a rhino, use the same costume. Put it on like that. Hold on to the straps and go.
Everything changed May of 2022. He came home one day from school, wasn't feeling well. He wasn't even that sick. He just complained his nose was runny and he had a bit of a sore throat. We swabbed him. He had COVID-19. Within 2 weeks, although all of his symptoms were gone from his COVID-19 infection, he started complaining of abdominal pain. First, it was infrequently, a few times a day. Then it became more and more often. Eventually, he started waking us up in the middle of the night because the pain was so bad he couldn't sleep. Then the nausea started. He was walking around that summer with a container because he felt so nauseated he thought he was going to throw up. When the school year came around, we realized he wasn't able to go to school the way he used to. And that was the beginning of his journey with long COVID. Months into his illness, many tests had been done. They couldn't find anything wrong with him, but by that point, the pain and the nausea were so bad. He also developed an intolerance to heat. He was struggling, in pain and suffering. He had scopes done, and finally we ended up in front of the doctor, the gastroenterologist. She sat in her office in front of her computer and said, "Ethan, I can't find anything wrong with you. You just must be an anxious child." Ethan looked at her as cool as a cucumber, as relaxed as possible, considering he was suffering and in pain, looked her straight in the eye. He was only 11 at the time, and he says, "I am not an anxious child. I am in pain." And that was the beginning of our journey to get the proper support for long COVID. I miss the laughter in the house. I miss the joy. I miss Ethan's voice as he plays with his sister. I miss seeing my children play together and interacting the way normal siblings should. Most of all, I miss seeing Ethan being able to do the things that a normal child at age 13 should do. It's heartbreaking, actually, because he doesn't have the support, and he struggles and suffers with pain and nausea every day.
I know, but we need to make the effort, Ethan.
It's lay down.
How are we going to do this?
I don't know.
We'll try for a bit. We'll go in, okay? I know. We're going to try for a bit, though. Come for 5 minutes. I'll walk in.
He's hurting so much.
I hope and pray one day that Ethan will get the right symptom management, the right treatment, and the cure so he can get on with his life. Just like Ethan, I know there are so many children in Canada suffering in silence with long COVID. I've been very fortunate that throughout the course of this medical journey that I've taken with Ethan, I recently had the chance to meet another mother who has a teen daughter that has been living with long COVID for 3 years. I realize now that Ethan is not alone. If there's one takeaway we can have from all of this as well, it's a reminder that these children are not having symptoms because it's in their heads. They really feel horrible. They really are suffering. There's a lot of children out there that are struggling. The medical and social stigma of long COVID is real for Canadian children.
Our lives have been significantly impacted since Ethan's been living with long COVID. Family time or just time in general is hard to come by with my brother. Ethan's always living in constant pain, and that's just become the norm. It's really hard to see my little brother in a constant state of pain and distress. To any doctors that might be listening, I'd like to say long COVID is real, and it's affecting my little brother.